Alright guys, so I literally just showed you how to remove the original rear shock and the yoke from the Specialized Stumpjumper, and mine is a model year 2018. It should apply to most of the Stumpjumpers made around that time period and earlier. Next, I'm going to show you all the parts that you need to actually upgrade your Stumpjumper with a brand new shock that is not Specialized Stumpjumper specific. Okay, so let me change my camera and I'm going to show you. On my coffee table, you can see a few things. On the top is the bike yoke that I bought for the Stumpjumper. This bike yoke is a little more than $100. It converts the Stumpjumper from a specific rear shock that's made only for this particular bike to be able to use any shock that just has two eyelets. Okay, so those are the new parts. Over here are the old parts that I removed in the previous video. To remove the old parts is actually surprisingly simple. Just a couple of screws to do. Okay, so you need to remove those two screws which was on the two sides of this yoke, and you need to just remove the top mounting screw from the top of the eyelet from the shock. So 3 screws total. However, there are a little extra intricacies you need to do on the new shock before you're able to actually install it on the bike. That is to convert and remove the bushings from the rear shock's bottom end right here and put that new bushing in there. The new bushing comes with the yoke. Okay, so the yoke provided you with a bushing that fits particularly in here. The original bushing, you can see it's right here. I removed it from the new shock. The original bushing is way too long in there. Okay, so if you see the original bushing, you see it's way too long and it doesn't go into the bike yoke that I bought to replace it. So they give you a new bushing to replace the old one. To remove the old one, the old bushing from the eyelet, you need a bushing install and a removal tool. Basically a bearing install and removal tool. Okay, so what I used is my existing tool right here. This one is really useful. I bought it from a company called Boca Bearings, and this is like super affordable. It's like 19 bucks. It comes with a whole bunch of different size of the bearing install and removal tool. So this is pretty much like a bearing press. And the cool thing with this bearing press is it's got a 12 millimeter end right here. So this is a 12 millimeter end. I could literally just use this end, put it in the bushing, and remove the old one with the help of that additional bushing, the external bushing that they provided with the bike yoke. So the bike yoke comes with this replacement bushing that I already installed, and an external bushing on top of the replacement bushing in case if this external bushing doesn't work. You can also press this bushing in there to make it work. But I didn't have to use this. However, this did help me remove the original bushing from the eyelet. Okay, so what I did, again, you'll probably have to look at some other videos on how to remove the shock bushings. It's pretty straightforward once you know how. It's just a little time consuming with a non-bushing removal specific tool. If you go on Amazon, you can buy a specific tool just for the rear shock. It costs around $16 to very quickly remove and install any kind of bushings. So basically, I converted the bottom bushing, which was the same length as the top bushing, to a much narrower bushing setup. Now I can literally just put this in here. Like I can just fit the, let me see if I can just put this in here to show you guys. See, now this works like that. I can literally just put it in here. With the stock bushing on the new shock, it's not gonna work. And the yoke also comes with this little piece of screw. You literally just align everything, put it in here, and it's pretty much ready to go. Like it's ready to be put on the stump jumper. And what are you gonna do? Okay, literally 3 screws. 1 screw on the top. Okay, 2 screws on the bottom, and that's it. You tighten it to the spec, and you literally just align this in here somewhere nicely. See if it actually would align. Yep. Okay, so it does fit, so I know it works. I'm gonna use some grease and put this new thing back into the bike after I'm finishing talking. Okay, but I want to show you guys the new parts and the old parts. And no, don't throw away some of your old parts, because you're gonna reuse those 2 screws on the new yoke, and you're gonna reuse the axle, the top bushing nut or the screw over there as well. The old parts you're gonna take away are the original FSR yoke. That's shock specific. So this yoke only fits this particular shock, and you can only buy this one kind of shock. I think there's another one that's slightly higher grade with an additional piggyback. Those are the 2 shocks that you can buy, but they're very, very expensive, like $300 retail. If you go and just get the yoke and the shock, which is aftermarket, you can save at least $100, because this yoke, if it's on sale, it's around 100. This shock is $120 or $130, so I spent $230. If you buy this specific shock, it's $300 some dollars, which is quite expensive. Okay, in my opinion, it doesn't worth it. And once you buy the yoke, your shock gets a toast. You can easily buy a cheaper, much more affordable, easy to find shock sold everywhere else, right? So that's the theory behind why you should get a new yoke and just get a standard shock for the ease of upgrades and future maintenance. And also cost-wise, it's still cheaper than buying specific shock for the stump jumper. All right, so that's pretty much all the things I used. And again, as you can see, this is the old bushing with the additional 2 side washers that was originally on there, which is gone. It is exactly the same as this long bushing with the 2 side washers. Easy to remove if you have the right tool. Not so easy if you don't have the right tool. So I would highly suggest, before you do this job, go to Amazon, buy the bushing removal and install tool, or if you have a bearing tool, the Boca bearing, bicycle bearing installation tool, the press is really, really good. All right, so enough said. Next, I'll just quickly screw those shocks back on there and do a quick test and see if everything works, which I think it should work nicely. Okay. All right, so we are complete with the upgrade. As you can see, this is the bike yoke, whatever adapter to take a standard non-specialized stump jumper rear shock. And as you can see, it actually works fantastic. I mounted the shock, I torqued all the screws to 15 Newton meters, and everything's nice. And I pressed it. Obviously, again, I can't do it with, but let me try to show you guys by pressing the bike down a little bit, show how well it works. Okay. So it works perfectly fine. There's no weird noise, and all the bushings are nicely installed and torqued to spec. All right, just want you guys to see what it looks like in the daytime with a upgraded shock, brand new, and also the bike yoke, custom yoke that takes standard shock for the Specialized Stumpjumper. It works without any issues. I already did a small test ride. Works perfect. No issues at all. And if you guys are looking to replace your Specialized specific shock, either damaged ones or you just got a new one that's better, definitely consider giving the bike yoke a try. And I think you will not be disappointed. So thanks again for watching, and if you have any questions in regards to the bike yoke or the rear shock replacement for the Specialized Stumpjumper, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please do hit that like button or subscribe to my channel. I will have more bicycle maintenance related videos coming out for you guys. So thanks again, and see you in the next video. Take care.